Take 45. What's up, guys? Welcome to this week's video. As you can see, it's a little bit different to what we usually film, but don't worry, nothing strange has happened. Me and my baby are still very much together, as you can see from the pictures. So make sure you follow us on Instagram in order to keep up with our day-to-day life. But as you can probably tell by the title of this video, this one's a little bit more personal. It's a little bit more individual, so I thought I'd film this one on my own. And I know a lot of you guys have requested it, so hopefully it's something you like. Who knows, I might cringe in a year and delete it and film a new one, but for now, this is it. This is me. And without further ado, let's get right into it.
Hey internet, Lavi here. Welcome to my non-coming out, coming out story. Welcome to my first time dating a girl, labels, sexuality, and how I choose to define myself. To give you a little bit of context, here's mini me. Can you tell it was a tomboy? And here are my parents, my mom and my dad. Oh, and let's not forget my sister.
As you can see, we're a very international mix. I mean, half Italian, half Taiwanese. I grew up in New York, London, but spent most of my years in Rome, especially my high school years. In high school, if you met me, you'd probably think straight, and that's it, nothing of it. I mean, I present femme.
Right now I'm wearing my girlfriend's hoodie, but
usually I present quite feminine. I
had a lot of boy crushes and I dated boys during high school.
And I only talked about boys, so I was just very much straight. I never talked to anyone about my sexuality, not even to myself. I was just kind of convinced that I was straight, that's what it was. I like boys, easy, done with. But I mean, obviously I also knew that there was something inside that, you know, there was a little bit more to it than I thought, or that I gave myself permission to sort of act on. The fact is that I knew
deep inside
that I also found girls attractive, but because I also found guys attractive, that was the safe option. So I just thought, if I just stick to this, since I like boys, I was like, might as well just date them, make my life easy, and let's just forget about the other part and just keep it hidden deep down inside. It wasn't that I was homophobic or anything. I was very much out there and always supported the rights of everyone to love everybody. But I think I just didn't accept that of me. I just didn't think that I could be part of that community, if that makes sense. I was just scared of belonging there. So for most of my years, all I did was just suppress that part of myself, and just, you know, I got into a long-term relationship with a guy, and that was that. So nobody, my family, my friends, nobody ever thought, nobody had an inkling that I might also be into girls. I believe. I mean, if you're watching this, correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I think I started noticing that slowly. I was doing things I was Googling girls kissing girls. I would Google queer movies to watch, and then kind of
just rewatch them over and over and over and over again.
Hide under the sheets rewatching specific scenes. And I always felt I'll give you an example. So for example, a TV series Atypical, as an example, I would always feel the love story, there's the two girls love stories, and then there's also the straight love story, and I would always be more intrigued by the gay love story in whatever series I was watching, if that was a thing. For example, I remember watching Jane the Virgin, and I was really you know, that was the part of the story that interested me the most, and the one that I also felt more of an emotional connection to. I don't know if that made sense, but you know what I mean. If you do, I hope. Yeah, so I started noticing these things in me, and I was like, well, maybe you're not as straight as you think. And then when I left Rome, and I went to university, I sort of entered a realm where it was nobody around me kind of knew me back then. I went to uni in the UK, and it was a pretty liberal place. Not that my high school wasn't, but I think my high school was definitely more traditional than, you know, what uni life was like. Uni life was just everybody going crazy, everybody just, you know, exploring themselves, just coming to terms with diversity and stuff. And so I felt more freer to start exploring it. You know, it started with my mind. I was like, okay,
maybe I do find this girl attractive, or
okay, maybe I don't only want to be that girl's friend, you know what I mean? Do you see what I'm saying? I kind of started accepting those feelings, and I think that once I started accepting those feelings within me, I took it very slowly. I mean, I came out when I started dating my girlfriend, like 22 when no, that's a lie. I was 23 when I met her. I was 23 when I met her, which means I was 23 when I came out. And that's late. I was late in the game. I was. But it's just because I was taking my time, you know. I wanted first to get the idea comfortable within me before I would ever act upon it, because otherwise I just wouldn't. I would just be scared. So yeah, it took me a while, but once I started to be more comfortable, and then I started watching YouTube videos, like I started watching, I remember Cami and Shannon, and the fact that Cami presented so femme, I was like, oh my god, I could be that, you know, like it is possible. Because in my head before, I was just kind of like, oh well, I don't fit the stereotypical gay woman, you know. I was just like, that's not, I don't look like that. I just didn't resonate with me, and that might have been part of the reason why I was so closeted. But I think seeing YouTubers like Cami made me realize, oh, like I can be myself. I don't have to like cut my hair really short and just dress in tomboy way to be gay, you know. And yeah, and then once I just started accepting it, I was like, you know what, I think I'm ready. I wasn't in a relationship anymore, and I was like, I think I'm ready to like finally explore this side of me. And so I did, and that's what happened. I accepted it within me. And once I accepted it, I think I kind of manifested it out, and I met my girlfriend at a party, and instantly I was like, I'm really attracted to this girl. We hit it off right away, and yeah, and I think that kind of brings me to my the non-coming out part of this coming out story. So basically, I was just like, and I still struggle with labels. I don't feel like I belong to any labels. I don't feel like any label is me. It's hard, but like for me to say like, oh, I'm a lesbian, just doesn't sound right. Or I mean, what would fit most, I guess, is I'm bisexual. But even that, I feel like it's just not. I don't feel it. It doesn't fit. It doesn't feel right to say. And that's why it took me so long when we started dating to like, I was like, I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to come out, because none of these words fit, and I don't want to be put in a box. I don't want to say like, hey everybody, I'm now gay, or hey everybody, I'm now bisexual. I was just like, none of these felt right. So I ultimately decided not to do that. I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna come out. I'm just gonna say I'm in a relationship with a girl, and that's how I came out. I was just like, to my friends and my parents, I was just like, I'm dating a girl, and that's how I did it. And it was weird. It wasn't like a proper like, mom, dad, I'm bi, mom, dad, I'm gay. No, it wasn't that. It was just like, mom, dad, I'm in love with a girl. And that's what it is. I think at the end of the day, I just fall in love with like people and like vibes. And basically I just realized that I fall in love with people. It doesn't really matter what sex they are. And that was the way that I was most comfortable coming out, just saying I'm in love with a girl and I'm dating a girl now. Obviously it was followed by a lot of questions. That's normal, but I think I always knew that my parents would accept me no matter what. It was just kind of, my parents have always been open-minded people, and I would test the waters, I think subconsciously. Like I wouldn't do this on purpose, but I'd always be like, oh, so what would happen if like me or my sister, like if we turned out gay? And I always got the same answer from my mom and my dad. They were always like, I will always love you no matter what. And so I knew, and it was just like, I just know the kind of people they are, and I knew they wouldn't have a problem with it. I think, and the same goes to my friends. My friends are very open-minded people, thank God. Like I'm very lucky. So I knew that it wouldn't be a problem. It was more about, I think it was just me not just fearing fears that weren't grounded in anything. It was just, I was scared, but I didn't really have a reason to be scared. And I do consider myself very lucky that I'm surrounded by very accepting people. But yeah, I mean, to this day, I didn't really come out. I just kind of said what was happening. I gave an update of my life. I was like, I'm in love with a girl, and that's how I did it. And for now, that's the way it is. I don't want to label myself as anything. I don't think, if you're out there and you're watching this and you're wondering if you're gay, if you're bi, if you're pansexual, and you don't feel like any of those labels fit you, but you're also like someone who feels like they could fall in love with anyone, no matter their gender or sex, I think that's fine. You don't need to belong to a label. You just be yourself, you know, be true to yourself, follow your heart and fall in love. Be open to falling in love with. Oh, special guest appearance. Special guest appearance. Hi, baby. Hi, baby.
What's up?
It's weird not filming with you. Oh, okay. Hi. Are you okay?
You get water. How's it going?
Good, I'm almost done. I was just telling them about how the fact that I didn't really come out and I just said that I was in love with you. But yeah, well, that was a cute little interruption I just received. Are you okay? She was tanning outside. Oh, we're in my baby's house in San Martino. It's at the beach. That's why we're tanned. And she was outside tanning her spine. Did you get a lot of sun in your spine?
I think there's a difference though.
I mean, okay, but you tanned it for like a second. You didn't tan it for a long time.
I'm gonna leave you too. My head hurts.
That's nice. Go drink water.
Well,
Anyways, again, don't feel pressure. Be true to you. Just my advice is just follow your heart. Be open and just see where life takes you, and don't feel the pressure of having to label yourself. Don't feel pressure to like having to know which category you belong to, because I think categories are all bullshit at the end of the day. But anyways, that's my opinion. And if you do feel like you belong to a label, that's great. That's amazing. Unfortunately, I wish I could give a lot of advice to people who have a more difficult family situation. Unfortunately, I was very privileged in the fact that I was surrounded by very accepting people and my coming out went very smooth. I am very aware of the fact that it's not the same for everyone, and I know that it's hard, so don't feel pressure to come out. You don't need to, you know, you come out when you feel ready to, and when you feel like you're safe. But yeah, it does feel great to, you know, live your true life. I feel much freer now and I feel very happy. All right, guys, I think that's enough from me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure to click that subscribe button, give it a big thumbs up, share it, do whatever you want. We gotta jig up that algorithm, you know. Algae, exactly, algae. Anyways, you'll be seeing more of us. We're trying to film more. Love you so much, sending you all the love in the world, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.